listening to Bionicle Commentary Central, your source for Bionicle discussion, debate, and more.
It is Thursday, January 28th, 2016, and you are listening to the Bionicle Commentary Podcast, episode 38?
39.
39?
Almost.
Ooh, one step ahead. I am Ford, and here with me today is Bossman, aka LQ.
Lots to talk about today, lots to talk about.
Lots. Leena.
Hi.
And Klenda.
Yeah.
Shortcast
We're relatively
today. Shortcast, not
Yeah,
shortcast.
we're relatively shortcast today, but I think it'll help with all of the stuff that we have to cover.
There's definitely a lot to cover.
There's so much.
Yeah, and if we go
Before we get to that, I'd like to remind everyone, we do emails on this show. We answer listener questions. If you have a question you would like to hear us answer on the podcast, or a comment you'd like to hear us discuss, send us an email at bioniclecomedycentral@gmail.com. Please, only 1 to 3 questions per email. You can send as many emails as you like, but it's really hard to answer emails with like 20 questions in them.
Yeah, we really look forward to these emails, and we do read them.
Yes. If you stay to
send
the end,
more than-
you'll know.
You can send more
time
than one
watching the show,
email.
of course.
You can send more
I
than
don't
one
know why
email
I
if you actually have 20 questions. You can send several emails, each of them with 3 or so questions, but...
Just don't spam us, and makes them have interesting titles. For example, interesting title.
Yep.
I think that might be the most interesting we've gotten so far.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, we've gotten some interesting titles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the one that was like titled with an interesting title, so you're more likely to choose this? Or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes, that was awesome. That was most super mega awesome, fantastic.
Still haven't gotten an email this year, so you can be the first one to email us in 2016.
Yes, whoever does gets a cookie.
I wonder what we're going to do for emails today, because Leo's not here.
Oh, man.
This is... yeah, I was thinking of that earlier, and...
well,
Leena, you pick it.
Cross that bridge when we get
we'll
to
roll
it.
some dice.
Ford, right now we have someone to yell at.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
You
I didn't do
from
it.
Preface
you
before
are
we do this.
a terrible person. No, I'm not kidding. No, really,
That's why
not
we
really.
have the preface. This is not a personal attack on you.
It is not at all.
This is an attack on his work.
Yes.
This is indeed... We're kind of ticked off.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Very much so.
It wasn't just Hugh, but he was the one I read personally. There's also someone called Barry, but I don't know where Barry writes for, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really know what his username would be.
So,
His username
we're not going to
already.
personally flame Barry. We're just going to talk about Hugh.
We should probably give a background first.
Okay, we
And I
should.
think you're
I'm just
better
looking
suited
for the
to it
quote
than
here
me.
real quick.
All right.
Go ahead and give the background while I do that.
Oh, well, I thought you'd be better suited than me to do it, but okay. So, from what I understand, Hugh and several other reporters...
Oh, yeah, I forgot you didn't actually read the article before it was taken down.
I didn't actually
So I should do the
read
background.
it, so you really should. But
Yeah, I
as
should
far
do
as
the
I know,
background.
it's very minimal.
Yes, so, London Toy Fair. No, not London. Newtonburg Toy Fair.
It was London.
I thought it was...
It was London.
Oh, yeah, it was London first. Newtonburg is what
Yes.
all the toy fairs happen so
Nuremberg.
fast.
How do you mess that up?
Huh?
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg. I thought it was Newtonburg.
and
I don't know. I'm not German.
Now, okay. Repeat after me. Ziggurat.
Zigger.
This is so
I see what you did there. Okay, so, London Toy Fair. Pictures are not allowed at London Toy Fair, but the press does get in, and then they usually describe the toys to us. One of the displays here is Bionicle.
Ooh.
And there's some reporters that got in and described Bionicle. Specifically here, we're going to be talking about Brick Sets reporter Hugh. And if you recognize that name, it's because Hugh has been mentioned on this show before. And not in a good way. Way back in our live
Actually, a very
stream, we were
negative way.
reading a bunch of Hugh's Bionicle reviews. And it was interesting.
Yes.
One of the first things they did
if there was
before,
nothing
actually.
else to be said, it was interesting.
He said that he didn't like the red, even though he liked getting red sets.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
But that's
Who
not
said
what
it
we're
had to make
flaming
sense?
today. Instead, now, like I said, the original post was taken down. I don't know why exactly. Maybe it's because
Probably because of fan outcry.
it could have been. I actually didn't see that much in the comments. It could have been because Nuremberg Toy Fair came out just after that.
Maybe. Maybe got flooded with
Maybe, I don't know, but I do have a picture of someone's picture of it with a Kermit face over it. Credit to Logan McOwen on the GTV message board.
He's great. love his mock stuff, really.
So, here's the gist of it. I'll do this is Hugh talking, not Owen. I'll do the easy one first. 5 new sets that are listed in the database. I am not a Bionicle expert, and I know I will get slated for this. You're right, Hugh. Honestly, they're just more of the same. 4 were standard size, priced at $9.99 in euros. Take that as you will. Europeans. Do we have any European listeners? I feel like we don't.
If we do, then
post in the comments.
Yeah, post in the comments.
Now, then here's where the Kermit face gets in the way. Basically, he says that 4 of them are translate blue with a molar-like piece. And larger Umrak the Destroyer is basically like his hunter form, but bigger. Now, I was ticked off at this at first because I knew that was not an accurate description. But I have even more reason to be ticked off now because we got pictures from Nuremberg Toy Fair. And he was dead wrong about everything.
He was so wrong.
Oh, man.
First of all, these are not more than the same. No matter regard, we're not going to be discussing the pictures on this episode, me and Ford decided, because we have a ton to discuss otherwise. But we've seen them, and these sets, first of all, they're not more of the same, regardless of what you think about them. They are different.
Oh, they are very different. Different in some good ways and different in some bad ways.
Almost like all different ends up being, but
anyway,
we'll get tune in next week for that.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss those sets next week because we have so much stuff to go over today.
Anyway, so moving on. Speaking of that, we should keep going.
Yeah, we got pretty much all of us have a bunch of the new sets.
Well, we haven't finished roasting Hugh yet. I meant let's finish roasting Hugh so we can get to the sets.
Oh, well, okay then. I thought we were done roasting Hugh.
So, first off, we see Umrak the Hunter. He is nothing like Umrak the Destroyer, sorry. He is nothing like Umrak the Hunter. Nothing.
Oh, not at all.
First of all, he doesn't even use the same color scheme. He is trans lime green, which is like a yellowish almost, which a lot of people wish he would have been yellow. I agree, but we get what we get. Anyways.
I'm actually okay with it.
I am too. I like it, but like I said, we'll discuss it more in depth next week.
If people don't like the trans neon green, I will tell you this: when you pair it with other like lighter colors, and when you pair it with solid yellow, it really brings out the yellow. Mock tip.
Anyway, so first off, how do you make the mistake that if they didn't have the same name, how do you even know they're related? Besides, like, a few features.
I don't know.
It's just, how can you make this mistake? Barry,
maybe he just got a quick glimpse.
Just
and
maybe,
again,
but
I don't
why'd
know.
you report on it? Let alone report on it first thing. Quick glimpse. He didn't, mention that he just got a quick glimpse, and this isn't a totally accurate description. He just said it was easy to describe. And this is incompetent journalism, I'm going to be honest.
It is. Another thing is, they did a full report on all the other themes. I think this is, I don't remember what set this was.
I mean, prejudiced against Bionicle.
It was Brick Fanatics who originally posted what I just said, what I'm about to say. They said, this has had the fan base in uproar for quite some time, by the time we get to discuss this, but, they said that the story will be simpler because kids were not comprehending it well enough. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're talking about Generation 1.
Yeah, I was like that too. Like, that's old news. That's like a carbon copy of what we got in New York Comic Con.
Yeah, pretty much everything that Brick Fanatics said. Like, they did all this stuff that was new. And then when you get to Bionicle, oh, the story's going to be simpler, and there's a Netflix series. Yay!
Yeah.
Pretty much stuff that we already knew.
I mean, prejudiced against Bionicle in the adult family community is nothing new, honestly. I'm glad because... It's
nothing new, but, seriously,
it should be ending.
Stop.
What I am glad... What they realize now is a lot of us that that grew up with Contraction, because I can understand why a lot of them aren't into it. It's not the same as System.
I understand that. I
now
completely understand that. If
like
you don't
Ford,
think
me and you, we're both
it's-
adult fans of Legos now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're a part of the community, and we're not alone. A lot of us Contraction guys, we're big parts of the community now. We're not as niche as we used to be. You can't just brush off our theme like that.
I mean, hey, the biggest themes are taken, like, I guess taking suit with that. Star Wars, most
Yeah.
definitely. Which, phenomenal. I must say. Like, there really should be a larger fan base for Contraction in general.
I think
in order
there
to
is. I
really-
think we're seeing
in order to
that.
really stake its claim. Like, it was really 2010 that it really got hurt.
I feel like
because
BZP
everyone
could
was just
honestly
so
be doing a bit
butthurt.
better at their job to cover it, too. Because they're a force. They need to update their blog, first off. Because not many people are taking them seriously because of the
Wait.
format they're in.
Yeah.
You mean, wait, did you say BZ Power?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not a blog, they're a forum.
I know they're not, but they
And-
have like the news section up front. They need to turn that into a blog. They need to make it more current because no
It's-
one's taking them seriously. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It is.
And they
is
deserve to be
current
taken
enough.
seriously.
Making sure that a company is modern and up to date means that you
Well,
care about
I
the
guess they
thing.
should like redo the overall design
And make it, like,
the
so the
format
full-
of it.
You know, right now we have to like click on thumbnails to get to the articles, and
I mean, yeah, I guess they should like redo the format, but they don't really get that much traffic anyway. Like,
yeah. But
they
could,
have
if you know, if they, if they
500,000
updated it,
members. You want to know how many are active each day?
Like, a
people
couple
say,
hundred,
like,
right?
oh, BZ Power, it's great. It's got like a whole bunch of active members.
BZ Power's not what it
I-
used to be.
I'd be amazed if more than 50 people, 50 active users were on at a time.
Anyway,
that's-
Contraction needs a
yeah.
good news source in the community.
It
And
does.
TTV does good on videos, and Just Too Good also does very well in covering this in videos, but we don't have a written source in the community. And especially not a source that visits a lot of these conventions, which, so glad TTV is going to New York Toy Fair. So glad they're covering it. A lot of BZP people are, but like we said, they're a bit behind in coverage as it goes. So, we're getting there. I think we have a chance to grow. Contraction's becoming a lot more relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so basically, you done goofed, Hugh. Do better next time.
Yeah. or wait. Hugh better next time.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I just got... And Barry, I'm not going to flame directly. Like I said, I only heard this stuff secondhand. Someone made a hilarious image that I won't put in the podcast.
Yeah, that's
But-
Yes, but you're not the one editing it.
I'd
You
say if
can't
we
make any
do put it in the
promises I won't.
podcast, we should at least like, I don't know, maybe link to. I don't want to link to it though. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
it's out there. Props to
You'll
the guy
find
that
it.
did it, though. I love it. It made me laugh so hard.
Yes, it's.
You know who you are. I forget your
Truly
name.
magical. That picture.
I did not
All
see
right.
that picture.
Moving along.
After
now.
like that nice 14-minute rant.
Yeah.
Now let's get to what
Okay.
we're actually talking about today,
Move
which is
Along was now
on the
10
itinerary.
years ago.
We've got the sets in hand. We've got the 2016 sets
Yes.
in hand. We're gonna discuss those, discuss the pros and the cons, and our personal views on them, and as well as discuss the Journey to One trailers that are out.
Yes.
No game
Yes.
again today because I did not have time to prepare, and we have enough to discuss.
You never asked
Yeah.
me to make one. You could ask me. I could have put one together.
I could have asked you, but like I said, we have enough to discuss.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot on our plate today. We
And
have
hopefully get to
12
email,
sets,
too.
tops, depending on how many we actually have.
Let's start with doing that. Let's list which ones we have. I'll go first. I've got Umarak Kopaka and Not Milam, which I'll get to. Pohatu, Liwa, and Tahu.
I have.
And Ikir.
Oh, okay.
Ikar.
I have all of the Toa, Umarak. All of the Toa also includes Milam, and Akita.
The Windfish.
You have the windfish. That is so.
I am the prophet of the
I have been
windfish.
looking for the windfish this whole time. For the love of Madanui, I cannot find it anywhere.
It's pretty hard to find. It was
Amazon,
hard for me to
probably.
find anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm still stuck with Lewa and his creature that I am too lazy to memorize the name of. I'm sure that one of you
Uksar.
got it off the.
I'm actually gotten pretty good at
Fine.
remembering these names.
Yeah, I pretty much know the names now.
I'm sure that if I
pretty
sat
weird.
down for half an hour or less, then I could memorize it.
Yeah, it's for me. It was like remembering all the names of the smaller characters.
Klenda,
like, especially
Akita
the
is 2
Protectors.
cents off
It was-
on Amazon right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, it was pretty hard for me to memorize the Protectors, but after I read, say, Revenge of the Skull Spiders, which was our
Yeah.
last podcast,
Uh-huh.
I
Which
pretty much
had
knew.
to you guys are so mean. The one podcast I'm not on, and you talk about shipping.
Hey, I was against it.
Sorry.
I knew you were against it.
Oh, come on. You know it could have happened.
I am going to make no official comment here, but anyway.
I mean, you're gonna make
I'm
no
still-
comment.
Okay, Leena and Klenda, what sets do you guys have since you're
We're-
sisters? You
yeah,
probably have
Yeah,
equal
we have the same
views.
Yeah, we have the same sets. We still have Liwa and Ixir.
Uxar.
Uxar. That one with two syllables, 2 vowels, and 2 consonants. So there. Kopaka
Awesome.
and Melum, and Tahu and
Akir?
Umarak.
Oh, not
Oh,
Akir.
Umarak. Awesome.
Umarak.
Everybody has Umarak. It's so cool.
This is Umarak.
Ford, you like Umarak a lot more than you thought you
Is-
would. didn't you?
Okay, can we actually talk
Let's
about
start with Umarak
first?
because we all
Okay,
have Umarak.
'Cause
I
it's
have to
Umarak
say-
in this thing.
okay, so when I had all the sets like all like side by side, I kind of did a rating of them like on a scale of 10. Umarak was the only 10.
And if you guys listen back to when we're
is-
discussing pictures of these sets, Ford hated Umarak.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to, but like seeing the set, just like seeing how it is, and then also knowing like his sort of story.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have like even just the bios,
Mm-hmm.
like at that point we didn't really have the whole like site update when I got it, but just seeing it in person, it's just so cool.
He has a very good presence.
Oh yeah, he has a good presence. Also, by the way, he looks much better if you just shift the shoulders just like one notch up, like with the Hordika neck the way it is. If you put it on that bottom portion instead, it looks so much better and looks so much more filled in and so much more fearsome. It's so cool.
I'm gonna try that
Description
sometime.
of
Okay, one
Uxar-
thing-
not Uxar,
Worth it.
Of,
Ford, I gotta ask you about this because me and my little brother we were playing around with the sets the other night,
Uh-huh.
and we wanted to have Umarak and Ikar combined, but we didn't want him to use his bow, so he was trying to put the club in his hand. You know, there's nothing to connect that club to Uxar.
Yeah, that's
hand.
kind of weird though.
And all my
I don't
red
know
pins
why.
are put away right now, so I couldn't even put it on his hand. I found that
I have a
disappointing.
feeling that maybe like you're not supposed to use that 3 long.
But then
kinda
the
connector
weapon
with the
doesn't feel as
thing.
cool without it.
Like maybe it's just like the sword
I
and
guess.
then the little thing on the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
probably.
their design choice was
But
with that.
I feel like it should have had a pin, an axle. I mean.
Yeah, like that's one thing that I did. I actually added a pin on the end, just to do that.
Other than that, the set's
But
great.
his bow
yeah.
is nice. His colors are phenomenal. Like I had
He
no
likes the
idea he
weapon
actually had
storage.
black until I got the set.
You
I
had no
thought it
idea he
was
actually had what
orange or,
color?
Like
The little quiver down there.
I didn't realize he
Yeah.
had black on his
Black?
armor. Like I thought he was like a very dark brown or green.
Oh,
But then I got him in the set, and I'm like, oh, it's black. Okay,
interesting.
I'm okay with that.
Can I quickly give a
also-
description of Umarak?
Sure.
He's the guy you never want to see in a dark alley or even a bright alley.
Yes.
Okay. Here's another thing that I love about him. He's just like everything I could have wanted and more from a set. Cause like sure the techniques are there, and it's like the techniques to me aren't really anything special. That's something that I actually wanted to get across with all these sets. For me personally, they don't feel any more or less complex than the 2015 sets did. Now I could just be jaded after building a whole bunch of Star Wars sets, like the big giant Millennium Falcon that just came out. So I might be a little jaded with complexity as far as that goes, but they don't feel any more or less complex than the 2015 sets to me.
Jumping off of that, I've got to say, everyone knows from the get-go, I've been really hyped for these sets. Having them in hand, they're even better to me. I love
Yeah.
everything about them.
Okay,
Yes.
but the one thing that I really like about Umarak, he has a shadow trap.
Oh, yeah. I haven't actually built it because I found it odd getting the armor off his chest without destroying other parts.
Kind of weird. It is kind of weird, but
I
it's
call them shadow
that's
leeches.
That's a cool little like play feature.
I
Okay,
like
so
the
real quick, I do
little-
want to just express how much I like the overall stuff in these sets. Oh,
Okay.
one more thing. Before I get to that, Ford, you were having issues with the waist function.
Yeah, it's finicky.
For me,
it's either really tight or almost not at all.
it's interesting because I have not had that issue with any. Like I said, I rinsed all
either.
mine with water first because I heard someone say that. Klenda, did you do anything to your joints or did you just snap them
No,
in?
I just snapped it in, and I was super frustrated because
Interesting.
at first, then I snapped it on, and I started putting the pieces on while I was assembling Lewa. I realized that I was putting on the pieces backwards, so I
Oh.
tried to unsnap the waist so that I could put it on
But yeah,
the
mine
right
has
way.
enough
It
friction.
couldn't come out. It could not come out, so I had to take off every single piece and put it back on.
Ooh.
Backwards to the way
Man.
I
You
did
could
it.
just spin it, right?
Yeah, you could just spin the bottom piece.
I did try to, and there was the little stopper bit.
You could have taken out the gear.
I couldn't. It was snapped
Yeah.
in place.
No, like
No,
it-
you
the
can take that
bottom
off.
part turns 360. The only thing stopping it is
No. It doesn't turn 360.
It doesn't
actually.
turn 360.
It doesn't?
There are little stoppers
It
so
only
that he always
does.
turns
Yeah, it
about
has
90
stoppers,
degrees.
but
Oh,
you can just
okay.
remove the gear and then.
But yeah, couldn't you like
turn
remove the
thing.
gear and axle and then put it on the other side?
You can.
I
I
did
did it.
not see a way to do that. Maybe
No,
I
like
I
like
did
the
it.
axle,
maybe
like
I'm
the
just lazy
tan
and
axle.
stupid, but
I don't know.
which is a definite
Anyway.
possibility.
I'm guessing
I
it
don't-
was. Anyway, so yeah, mine are perfect. They don't squeak at all. They're not that
Yeah.
tight, and they're easy to move around, but they hold every pose I put them in.
Yeah, same for me.
Anyway, so I love that feature. I think
Yeah,
it adds a lot
they-
to posability. It actually does a really good function. I really like the overall aesthetic of all of these sets. And I really love the mask. There's honestly, I have, subjectively, I have almost nothing to complain about these sets. It's just, for me personally, these are like the sets that are perfect for me personally.
Yeah.
One thing.
Can I throw you a curve punch yet?
Oh, real quick, just let me talk about
Okay,
Pohatu.
just finish up. Curve punch will hold.
Pohatu's the only set I've ever put a permanent mod onto, though. I switched around his flail and his spear tip.
Really?
Yeah, because I found it
Perfect.
makes more sense.
That's what I did actually.
Really?
Like,
Oh, that's
it just-
interesting.
It makes so much more sense for the
Mhm.
flail to be on top.
Yeah, it just makes a cooler aesthetic overall.
Yeah, he is, other than the Windfish, he's the set I want the most. That I have not been able
Yeah,
to yet to
Pohatu
tame.
is like a surprise hit. Like,
Yeah, Pohatu's
when
really
I
great.
built him, of course, this was after Liwa, and I have horror stories about that I will get to later. But
Oh, I
he
also have
felt-
anti-horror stories that I was worried about because of Ford's horror stories, but they didn't
Oh.
happen.
They were like Pohatu is really solid.
Mhm.
Other than like some
Yeah,
like
he's
the
solid
upper
rock.
arm, like the armor on it, it only attaches via one pin, which kind of feels cheap. Like it doesn't feel quality Lego
I didn't
that
personally have
I'm
an
used
issue with
to.
it.
But it holds very well because of the shaping, and his posability is amazing.
His torso's
And-
construction is also really solid, which Kopaka
Yeah,
had
and-
an issue with that. Kopaka's is kind of flimsy.
for one, I'm not really bothered by the proportions. Like they, for some reason, they work for me, and that's why Pohatu is probably one of my favorite sets of this entire wave. Besides the colors, of course. Like the colors, sure they could have done away with the dark tan and replaced it with the burnt orange, but I'm okay with it. It
It
works
looks
with
fine.
it looks okay with the printing on it, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, there's definitely. I feel like Pohatu could have maybe had another color scheme, but
Mm-hmm.
none of us have what's his name? The set everyone hates, the Scorpion guy.
Being Kitar?
Yeah, Kitar.
Lena's
Honestly,
just memorized the names.
I'm going to get him just because I have to confirm everything I've heard about him. You know?
I was just gonna get him for parts.
Yeah, he does
If
have good parts.
I do end up getting him, that is.
You know, I don't get sets for parts. I don't really take apart any sets. If I
Honestly,
need
I
parts, I, get them from
might
Bricklink.
actually start getting just sets for parts.
I don't have to deconstruct sets for parts. They fall apart on their own.
Or maybe because of siblings.
No, that's what I meant.
Well, that's actually okay. Well, Klenda, what you just said, that's another complaint I have for later.
I meant for younger siblings, but okay.
Falling apart on their own, though.
So, Ford, talk
I
about
have that.
Leela for a minute.
Okay.
Tell us how you really feel.
Here we go, peeps. Get ready. So, my Leela is the worst, probably the poorest quality Lego set I have ever had the displeasure of purchasing. It is, in my opinion, the worst Lego set I have purchased. To top that off, the arms are a complete and utter joke. You can do almost no poses with them. Does anyone want to help me with that? Like, to back me up on that?
No, actually, that's why I said it was
Leela.
going to mention. My Leela's actually been working great for posing. I've been able to get a lot of cool poses out of him. And he doesn't have a friction issue like yours.
He's so fun to
The
stick
thing
in a
is,
bear
for
trap.
me, the quality standpoint... Okay, so you know how people have been saying the waist is too tight, and I've also been saying that?
I've heard some, like I said, not experienced it, but I've heard it.
Well, for some reason, my Leela has a very loose torso. And that's with no prior treatment, of course. And to top it all off, the most integral part of him, his shoulders, have almost no friction.
Yeah, like, I don't understand.
So
How did that
I can't
happen with
get
yours?
him in
Or did you see the video
any
I posted
poses.
of me, like, shaking my Leela around and his arms weren't even moving?
Yeah, and then I did mine, and
Yeah, you
I
just
showed you
held
mine
yours there.
over a PM, and like they would not stay up.
I don't...
So
It's
I found out
interesting.
later that it was the Tordiga necks that they were on.
Huh.
But like seriously, I shouldn't have to replace them.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
And like, okay, like it was so bad that I couldn't get the arms to pose properly. So I already have the set disassembled because it's the worst set I have ever purchased. I mean, thank goodness it wasn't missing a piece, but like it just the colors weren't there for me. The build wasn't there. It just felt even more basic than Galley did, and you know what I think of Galley by this point.
I think you
Yes.
actually did mention your hatred of Galley on a previous episode already.
Galley
might
is
have
the most
mentioned it once or
disappointing.
twice in
Okay,
970.
not the worst set I have ever purchased, but the most disappointing set I have ever purchased. It's just like, it's just
I still
so
don't have
stiff
Galley,
looking.
so I can't speak on that.
It's so stiff looking and just I don't like the masks. It just no, it doesn't scream Galley for some reason. Like I don't want to sound like a G1 or like, oh, that's not Galley, that's some stupid Hero Factory thing. No. I mean, like, it just doesn't scream Galley to me. Like, all the character that was with it in 2015, it's, like, gone. The printing is nice, though.
Yeah, I actually really liked Leela. I just felt he's very solid. I know Leela is not generally liked in the community, but I'm the exception to that. I actually really like him. I find the arm construction actually to work very well for poses I wanted to put him in. And I really like his weapons as well. That's
Yeah,
my
I
take on it.
enjoyed Leo greatly. It's so fun putting his foot in a bear trap.
I call them shadow leeches because they remind me of it. I mean, they really remind me of, Fantoka stuff.
Okay, Kopaka and Mulam, real quick. And I want to explain what happened to me with this set.
Oh,
Mulam
boy.
is missing
Quality
a
issues
piece.
abound.
He was missing a piece, and I don't know why. Now, I've ordered another
Oh,
piece, but because of that, I have not yet built Mulam.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, Melum, just to give you a sneak peek, Melum is actually probably one of my favorite creatures. Definitely better than Kitar, but that's not really saying much. Like, he doesn't really, like, feel like a cheap knockoff of Tarak, because, like, you could just get him into so many cool poses. It's so nice. Like,
Yeah, these are very good
it's,
aesthetic mods.
yeah,
They're very, very good
it's
for
weird that I
posing
can
these
say that he
sets.
has more posability than Liwa. But it's so cool. Like, you can get him. He's so expressive. It's just so cool. And the creature head is really big. So, yeah.
Yeah, the creature heads are a lot bigger than I thought they'd be.
Yes, very. It's like Tahu. It's like in 2015, Tahu surfboards are just like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, they're huge. But they're huge for a good reason.
Yeah.
Now,
They're
Kopaka, if anyone remembers back to our original leak discussion a while back, Kopaka was my least favorite. He actually has retained that so far.
Really?
Okay, here's my issues with him. First off, his upper arms. They don't work. They
Yeah.
They work better than I thought they would, given.
Oh, you mean the upper arm construction?
Yeah, like, it's so... There's, like, the spot where he, like, has no muscle at all.
Yeah.
And then also,
I
the
agree.
way they connect to the torso, it's kind of wobbly. Did anyone else notice
Yeah.
that?
That's actually
didn't
one thing I was
notice
going to
that,
mention as far as a
but
quality issue
maybe.
goes.
That one's
They're
not as much
only
of a quality
connected
issue,
by
it's a
one
design
pin.
issue.
They're only connected by one. No.
Yeah.
It's both actually. It's a design and a quality issue because it's only connected by one pin, and that pin is stressed to the point where it actually bends.
Ooh.
So
wow.
over
Yeah, I thought
time,
all the other two were
if
connected by
that's
2
shaken
pins.
around so much, it could break. Like I guarantee you, it will probably weaken over time.
I
and
mean, I
break.
know I order pins off 100 bulks in
Not
brick
the-
or
no,
something,
not the pin.
but
I need to
I
do
don't want
that.
to pay
Piece.
more.
The piece that the pin is connected to.
Oh, even that's bad.
Yeah, that's a very poor
I felt like
design
it could have been
choice.
easily fixed too.
It could have.
Okay,
If it weren't for the
Kopaka's-
piece of unification, it could have been like locked in with an axle maybe. But
Yeah.
the way it's shaped, it doesn't allow that.
Kopaka, his arm, like that section of his arm from the upper arm to the body connection is the worst
Yeah,
part.
that-
His colors don't bother me as much as I thought they would. I'm still not a huge fan of them. I do like the Metro Blue, honestly. I think it's cool.
I'm not really a fan of like as soon as I put it together, I replaced the Metro Blue with 2 white 5-long shells because like I don't like them. They
I
don't
think he
make
could have
sense.
used the gold. I'm not a fan of either. I feel like
I
it's
think
an
either
eyesore.
either get more gold or get rid of it.
Yeah, it's the same here. Like I
Yeah.
said, I haven't seen him unified yet, so I don't know how that fixes because the part still hasn't come.
He's missing out. I will say the gold makes much more sense in the Unity mode,
Okay,
but that's okay. The Unity gimmick,
I want to
I
talk
understand
about that. Okay,
that it looks cool, but it's the only real way that any of the sets truly look cool.
the strange
to
thing
me.
is, I gotta disagree, and I actually, this is an odd opinion again, but I put Tahu and Nikir together, and I actually like Tahu better
Oh
without
yeah,
Nikir.
that actually I do think looks pretty cool, but like
No, I was saying I actually like Tahu better without Akir. I
Oh.
think I like these without the Unity modes better than with the Unity
well
modes.
now.
I don't know why. I just feel like
I will
I'd
just
like them
say
better.
that like I don't know if I'm gonna go for the creatures yet because like
Mhm.
sure I have the Toa, I could do it, but I don't know. But the
Mhm.
thing is for me, how about we go over to Tahu next? Because
Yeah, let's go over Tahu. This is a
Tahu
good stepping stone to Tahu.
is surprisingly one of my favorite sets of this wave.
He's a very good set.
I
He's
like him a lot.
Really, he is solid.
And like the silver
Um,
acting on his mask doesn't bother me
It doesn't
near as much as
actually.
I thought.
think I thought the red on his mask would bother me because it's slightly darker because of the blending, but it works
Mhm.
surprisingly enough. I also love the mask. It's
The mask is really cool.
it's
Yeah,
probably
me
one of my
too.
Yes.
favorite masks. Probably one of my favorite masks this wave.
Yeah. Also, my
Um,
favorite part, I used to really not like the blue because it on his feet and chest plate, but
Oh right.
now I
Yeah.
just it's
I'd always loved that as an accent
That-
color.
I didn't really know about it before, but then I saw it in hand. I'm like, this works.
Mhm.
Like there's just enough there that it
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
it doesn't
I was actually a
overwhelm
strong
it at all.
proponent of blue and fire sets long before the Tahu, if any of you remember that.
What?
I was saying it would make sense for fire sets to have blue in them when they represent being more powerful because the hottest flames burn blue.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense here, and it's
Well, the hottest flames
used as
burn
an
white,
accent.
but that could be represented by his
White, it's a
silver on his
bluish white.
mask.
Yeah,
but he's got
the
silver
one
on his
thing I-
mask. It's totally representative.
the thing I like about Tahu is that like sure his proportions are all off. Like the legs, they're weird. They're weird and lanky to me.
Yeah, the only thing that I
Um,
disliked about him with the legs, especially the upper legs.
The thing that
I
I
like
love
the upper
about
legs.
Tahu.
I don't
And the thing
mean to
that I
sound like one of
love-
those people who just sorry for it, but I gotta get this out of the way.
Okay, go.
I don't want to be like one of those people who like just saying like have to be positive about everything because you guys know I'm not positive about everything. I just
No.
really
Have you
like
seen
these
Next
sets.
Nights?
Yeah.
Yes, and I was just roasting Hugh, obviously, too. I'm not afraid to be negative. I just honestly like almost all of what these sets have to offer.
Yeah.
I will say that the whole piston thing, like, it's not as noticeable on the colored versions of the torsos, and even it's not even that noticeable on the gold. It's the silver that really kills it.
Like I said, we discussed
Still
I don't remember if it was in
steampunk.
podcast or not, but it should have just been vents instead of pistons, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Because it's just there's too many.
Yes. I mean, the
Um,
detail level is over 9,000.
It is.
I
It
mean,
is.
I
It's
don't
just
think
so
there's
much.
anyone in the community, honestly, who likes all those pistons there. So I think they'll learn their lesson.
Hey, apparently Facebook
I like
posters liked it.
some of them.
Well,
I
Facebook
liked,
posters are
some
weird.
Of them.
Exactly.
I like some
Um,
pistons. I don't like
Now,
40.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like 45.
Back to
so much.
Tahu.
Even though it'd
I
be
love
really
his
cool for
torso.
steampunk.
It's just like I love the body type of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks
Yeah,
so
I like
cool.
the back of it, too. I feel like it works really
It just it's a really nice silhouette.
well. Mm-hmm.
And like the wide shoulders, like that looks cool. Like
Mhm.
I actually want to use that design on future mocks of mine, because just it's such a commanding kind of silhouette. Thing that kills it for me, and that's actually with all the uniters, all
Weapons.
the things with the uniters, not the weapons, because the weapons, they're kind of weird. The backs are flat.
I don't have an issue with that because historically, Nika Build, Hero Factory, backs have often been flat.
I know,
Flat.
but like it's like not even just the back, but it's just like they have all this width to them. Like they have these really like big shoulders, and then it's like real skinny as far as the torsos go. Like as far as like the length, I mean. If you're talking like length,
I can
with
see what
height
you
or
mean,
something
but
like
like I said, it doesn't really bother me.
I mean, I want to see if I can use it on mocks of mine,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a pretty cool technique. But then again, I'd like to do something custom, and now that custom torso has been redefined by Lego, I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Yeah. It kind of
Oh, so that's something I wanted to... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, it kind of redefined what custom limbs are, though. I mean, especially with the upper arms, then they're kind of changing around
True.
what they're doing with
I'm
that.
glad
So
they're
they kind
trying
of-
more stuff,
yeah.
too.
So they kind of, actually, for my self-mock, then I'm looking at some of the limbs and thinking, huh. And I'm getting all these new ideas because of that new aesthetic that they're adopting.
Okay, one thing I really don't like... Okay, not that I really don't, but I'm not so fond of with the suites. I don't like the torso piece that much because of
Oh,
how
the
it's
torso
like
piece
a
is
swivel
trash.
that doesn't come apart.
It's...
Yeah, I wish it would come apart.
Oh, you meant that one. Okay, I thought you were talking like the torso shell.
No, I
It's
like the torso shell
that
even over
has
that.
absolutely no reusability whatsoever.
Like,
why
I don't
couldn't they
reuse
just
them, so...
use it? Why couldn't they just make it stickers?
Oh, I hate stickers. No. I
I
hate
would
stickers.
actually be.
Stickers
This is the
again.
one
That
time.
idea is just.
The worst.
This is the one time I would actually be okay with stickers in Bionicle sets.
I wouldn't. I just hate stickers so much.
Yes.
Because really, they don't
Anyway,
bother me.
Back
They
to what I
don't
was saying
bother
bothers me is like I don't like how I don't feel it's right for a Lego set a Lego piece to have two like separate pieces that don't come apart.
Yeah, that's pretty
definitely.
weird.
I feel like
that's
there was
the same
ways
they
problem
could
I
get
was
around
having
it, too.
earlier.
It's like the same kind of system that they had going with the 6-shooters, but like that makes sense. Like
Mhm,
it's just
because
one
those are
little
more
mechanism.
one-part blasters have been traditionally multi-piece.
Yeah,
But-
but it makes sense there because
Mhm.
it's a blaster with the thing that fires it off.
I think the worst part about the torso is I feel there are ways they could have avoided it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they could have just made it like a standard pin connection.
Mhm,
They didn't
and
have
then,
to make
you know,
a whole new.
What would
piece
you guys?
for it.
I was thinking about. What do you guys think of like a ratcheting system for that? I'm not.
I
sure.
actually, to me, I thought that was something that they would have been going for with this wave.
I did too
I would
at
have been
first
okay
because
with
like
it,
city
'cause
sets use that.
They've done ratcheting before.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint, Galador. Hint, hint.
Yeah. I mean, we would lose
And
the
it
function,
worked.
but we'd keep the posability and we'd have more pieces.
Exactly.
So I think ratcheting would have been better. I don't feel like the function should go over piece quality.
Exactly. And the fact that they basically made a new mold just to achieve this function, like, sure,
Like,
new
I would
molds
have
are
been
great,
fine. Like, the upper torso I like a
but-
lot. I feel like that's great for mocking.
The thing is, though, like,
Yeah.
but in order to use that upper torso, you have to use the lower torso.
I know, that's the part I don't like about it, because I feel like they
Yep.
kind of took away some of the upper torso by adding the lower torso.
Exactly. I feel like, in terms, if I were going to use a new torso for mocking purposes from this year exclusively that came out, I'd use the Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that
Because-
too closely, though, honestly.
It's basically, okay,
You
so
can, like, the gearbox fits in really well, doesn't it?
it's the same kind of torso as the Bionicle one, the new one, I mean,
Hmm.
with the turntable, except it doesn't have the top half with the neck,
Ooh.
and the turntable is just the standard, like, 5 long waist.
And I probably
kinda thing.
that's probably like my favorite torso piece then, because that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, because that's like, it's perfect. Like, I'd
Mhm.
love to use it myself, Mock, if I had the space for it.
But yeah, that's the thing that I feel CCBS torsos always lacked, was they're too specialized, and I want to cut down that specialization.
If
and allow us to
anything,
do more.
if anything, like, if you wanted to get away from specialization, this is the wrong path for you.
I know, like,
Like,
the
this
upper
is
half, like the
extreme
part with the arms and the neck,
specialization.
I feel like that was in the right direction, but the lower half was just not. It works for these sets, but it doesn't work
for
for
other
others, and that's what
Exactly.
disappoints
Yeah.
me. But hopefully, I don't think they're going to repeat this in the future. I think they'll be moving
I think
forward.
they're experimenting. I think they're
Like,
saying,
they can
okay,
even
so
use the
what
Star Wars
happens
one.
if
The
we
Star
go
Wars is a
this
piece now. So,
Yeah. That makes sense. Now, can we get to my second favorite set?
okay. Go
You
ahead.
know what that is, right?
Windfish.
I think I forgot. Was it Onua? It was Onua, wasn't it?
It was Onua,
I don't have
Uniter of
Onua
Earth.
yet, so...
He is big, he is burly, and he has tons of light pipe and purple, and I love it.
Oh, speaking of light piping, just a quick note, but these eye stalks aren't good. Lego,
Oh yeah,
do something
these
else.
eye stalks are terrible. I don't know why they replaced them.
Mm-mm.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't do what their
me.
replacement should have done, either. It doesn't, like, fix the
Exactly.
mask popping off thing, so... No,
I-
try again.
I never
I've actually
really
kind
had
of
a
stopped
big
having the
problem
problem with that.
I didn't
I mean,
have
we
a
don't
big
jostle it
problem
there as
with
much. So maybe
I
we're
didn't have
just
a big
learning
problem
from
with the,
experience. I don't know.
masks. I didn't really have a problem with the masks, to be honest. Like,
I did, but that was
I don't
just
know
me.
why people were complaining about it, to be honest. So, I don't know why, to be honest, why they changed the eye stalk.
I
it
think the
doesn't
idea was they
work.
thought it would get in the way of the unification mode.
It doesn't,
That's
though.
I know it
definite-
doesn't.
I think that's what it was.
But...
Yeah,
Like,
but I
I've
think
actually
getting into the
experimented.
unification mode, it would get in the way.
Or maybe the fear was that you'd knock the mask off when going into the unification mode with the
I
larger
I can
one.
feel the
But-
power on my mask.
I don't know. Either way, it didn't work out.
Maybe, I don't know.
I
but
can't figure out
So
exactly
they had-
why light
hold on,
piping doesn't
what-
work as
what's
well
the
with
word
these
for that?
either.
I think it's the blue. That shade of blue. Like, it's not the transparent fluorescent blue, it's the trans light blue, and it
But it's the
doesn't
same
really
with red.
Well,
Yeah, is that the toe
thing
got a
is,
lobotomy, right?
you also have a red axle poking right through it
That could be it.
that kind of inhibits that.
But wait, it was also the same with like the green, yellow.
Yellow or green?
Well, the thing is,
world will never know.
we only have the blue and the red right now.
We
The
do. I
red?
thought Poatu had like. Were all the Toho had blue eyes?
All the Toho have
All-
blue eyes.
Oh boy, this is totally 2008.
hmm
I thought for
Uh,
sure Poatu had yellow eyes. Never mind.
I have to say though, Umarak has probably the best eye light piping of the wave. Like, it's just like you put it under a light, it pops, no matter which mask you have on. Oh yeah, the
I
mask
definitely
control
want
is
to get
cool, too.
Onua.
Yeah,
I want to get all
Onua,
the
he
Toa, and
knows
he's
how
like,
to grab
Onua
attention
is
all right.
so worth it.
Yeah, I still need to get
for
Onua
me,
and Kali.
the torso, it wasn't really tight. It was just right. Like, there's too loose for Leela, too tight for, say, like, Galley. Like, it was so stiff I couldn't
I
even
should
use
preface this for people listening though. For my case, it's not set specific. It's more of a hit or miss.
it. Oh, it's, yeah.
All mine
it
were
is
from
widespread.
Amazon, and they worked fine. So maybe Amazon has better sets. I don't know.
I don't know, but for my Onua, it was just perfect, especially for the fact that he had the big hammer,
Mhm.
which, by the way, probably my favorite weapon of this entire wave.
Wow.
It's so cool. Like,
Makes me
I
want to go out
understand
to target or somewhere.
I understand
and
it
get
might
the
not make
sets out.
sense to have the gun be in the same mechanism as the drill, but I don't really use the gun that much. Just use the drill.
I was sitting next to my brother the other night with Umarak. He was like, "Why are we using stud shooters? 'Cause all that happens is I'm afraid to shoot him because the moment it goes off, the stud goes
It's
somewhere and I'll
all the-
never find it again."
Well, another
Yeah.
thing is they give you the extras.
They
on
do,
the
but
set.
then I have to take one off the extra, and then the holster
look
thing
as
loses its
cool.
aesthetic.
Well,
So what you have to do is you have to
Woohoo.
crag all the extra studs into the holster, because otherwise
Oh,
you'll never
well.
forgive yourself.
like I said, nothing's in my room right now but my mattress, and I was just messing around with Umarak, then I bumped him, one of the studs came out, and I have not found it.
oh, well,
And
they
there's
give you
nothing in
one-
there for it to get lost on. Like,
They give you
Wow.
an
Especially-
extra.
It's
I
magic.
think.
yeah, there was one extra which I used to replace it. But still, like, if I had furniture in my room, that would have been even worse.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I definitely would have
Wow.
wouldn't have found it.
But Onua is pretty cool. Like the legs work, the arms, basically the proportions just work. He can pose like no tomorrow, and the mask, like the masks are probably some of my favorites this wave, other than like the Mask of Control or the Mask of Fire or the new Mask of Fire. I don't know what it's called now.
How Nuva 16? I don't know.
I don't know. But
I just made that up.
it's one of my favorite masks. It pulls off the blending really well. And I like his overall form. Like he definitely feels like kind of an intermediate between the like what Onua really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like they really honed in on what they really wanted for him.
Yes.
To me, it's just like he's the most realized of the Toa this
character.
wave.
I kind of see him as more his character.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of
he
his set has a lot of character to him. I don't own this set
Exactly.
myself, but it just looks.
he
you can
he
look
does
at it and
have a
just
lot
say
of
that's
character.
Onua. That's him.
Yeah. The mask is just amazing. The form is amazing. Like he has wider shoulders than Tahu. So
Well, so did
yeah.
he in 2015. Boodoo, psh.
The only thing that really kills me about the shoulders, though, they are kind of gappy because they have the holes just kind of sticking out awkwardly at the sides. Like they could have hidden that better.
Can I make a quick
But-
complaint?
Okay.
Complaint away.
You first
I've
say
done so many.
You first say it kills me, and you say that like it's a good thing, and then you say it really kills me, and then you say it in a bad way. I am not used to that expression.
Here's why. Here's why. Because he's not my favorite side of the wave. Umarak is, and that's why I have to give him a 9 out of 10 to me, because it's like they could have done a lot more with it, but the idea and the character, they're all there, and that's why I love it.
Okay, I think that about covers our general views on these sets. Now, real quick, I wanted to talk about the Journey to One previews we've gotten in the last 10
Yes.
minutes.
So much set discussion. Oh. Okay.
So, it's interesting.
It
I'm still kind of in shock about it. I don't know quite
saw
how I
those.
feel.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either.
I mean, it's not bad, at the
It's-
very least.
doesn't look bad, but I'm definitely interested in it.
It has definitely piqued my interest.
Yeah, it's for some reason for me it hasn't piqued my interest much like the animations this time of year. I mean, the animations from last year did. I have a feeling maybe it's because of the style. Because so many people were complaining that, oh, why are you doing this stupid cartoony stuff? Why don't we have CGI like the old commercials did? And now they have the CGI. Like
It's not exactly
Just-
CGI, though. I mean,
It's like
it's
cel
an
like
shaded
this
interesting
weird
form.
kind of cell
I kind of like
cell
it.
shading.
Oh, can I just bring something up real quick? If you look at Tahu's and you look at the lava, it's like the lava from Emnog.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like
Yeah, I
they
noticed
make
that
all
really
the
clearly.
background stuff and like all the elemental power usage.
Yeah,
like,
super
the
cartoony.
Enog.
I can't figure out what I feel about that,
Like
honestly.
in Galleys, like she summons this big tidal wave, and
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
it's like-
Enog style water.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
all the characters CGI, and then the background's like hand painted.
Yeah,
kinda
I've seen
like that,
I've seen
though.
that art style before. I've seen
That's-
it done, and if it is
That
done
actually
right,
feels
it can.
to me.
If
Okay,
it,
you wanna know
if
something
it is
that
done
I-
correctly, I've seen that style in comic books actually.
Something
Something I want to bring up,
in-
I'm not sure if any of you even noticed this or not, what I found most interesting is that there's no voice acting in any of these previews.
I think that that's
That's-
very deliberate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're kind of making us kind of insert our own thoughts.
I know,
About
I'm
it.
just have this, because it's a fear that hopefully won't be realized, but that it'll be a silent show.
I don't think
Well,
it's
we
gonna
saw
be a silent
in Galley's
show.
movie, we saw her talking, quote talking, end quote.
Yeah,
You
they
see
were
her like
talking
gesturing
yeah,
with
yeah,
her
yeah.
hand
It
as
was
she's
like a rap
clearly
group.
talking. So there's obviously voicing in it.
Yeah, there has to be voicing.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that, especially
it's
after
like-
last year, all the complaints they got.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just like I said, it's just not confirmed, so I'm still a bit wary.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't actually gotten like.
Oh, I just
confirmed-
noticed something in Bohatu's too. One of the
cast.
Beasts is in it, isn't he?
Huh?
No, wait, no, that's
Beast?
Umarak, but he has like purple on him,
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
I don't know why that is. Like,
and he has like a tail
purple
too.
on his
Are we gonna like get a
arms.
combiner model for Umarak?
I don't know what that is. Like a
It's like-
bunch of people have been speculating what that could be.
He has,
but
yeah,
I
he has
don't
like a
know.
tail.
Yeah, remember
and...
in Umrak's movie, at the very beginning, the second scene that he was shown in, I think?
Huh, I don't remember seeing an
I-
Umarak video.
Umrak has a video.
There is one.
Yeah, there
Huh, I
definitely
haven't
is one,
seen-
and I saw that one, and...
Lego's
Yeah,
Bionicle
they're
playlist
like-
is missing both Gali and Umarak, and I don't feel like looking for them
No,
right now.
I
okay,
found
them
wait,
on
okay,
Lego's
wait,
channel.
never
They
mind. Here it
called
is in
him
suggested video.
Umarak, and I'm like, oh, cool.
That is Umarak. You know how they'll say, blah, blah, blah.
Something
Toa
like that.
of
What
an
I do
element.
applaud Lego for, no matter what, is doing something different with the animation style
Yeah.
here.
They definitely
Yes,
are.
they are definitely diverging from, I think, anything they've ever done before.
And
I've never seen anything
okay.
of this style.
the thing that really kind of like boggles me about this whole thing, like they say, or they make it look like it's gonna be like this big thing again, like this big, huge, epic, complex. story.
great again.
Yeah, it's like they're going Donald Trump with this, which like
Oh, that's a scary thought.
think
Kabaka's you're
it's
fired.
it's
I hate
not-
fire.
it's not to me like I'd hate for it to lose that simplicity that really made 2015 special.
I wouldn't. I think my views are clear on that.
Everybody just didn't like 2015 because it was so simple.
I liked it.
Yes.
It was
Not
so
because of the
easy to get to,
simplicity,
but
because of the
there's-
openness it had.
Yeah, there's a
I
there's
didn't.
a
But
joy to
honestly, in 2015 was a
simplicity.
disappointment for story-wise. I think I talked about this in November.
You did.
Well, yeah.
But let me reiterate here: simple doesn't mean bad.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't,
Complicated
but it's
doesn't
not
mean bad
something I
either.
particularly
Sure,
like.
it wasn't really handled as well with Bionicle. Like, sure, they could have done so much more. I would have loved for Gallius.
I think Bionicle
once.
should be at least Ninjago level involved.
I mean, Ninjago's an evergreen, and Bionicle, as we know, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the top moneymaker, but like, sure, I'm glad they're putting more work into it. But is it really going to be worth it in the long run? Like, is this
Well,
is
it
this
was worth it
show
last
really
time
going to
around.
be that boost in sales that they need?
I'm not sure if that's the goal of the show or not, though. Because remember, this is a
'cause
Netflix show too.
If not, then I'm sorry. That's just pleasy, and if there's anything I do not like, it's pleasy stuff. For example, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
That's that's something we don't want to get into right now. Which
I
also
could
I
go all day
love
with
that,
that.
movie, so
That's what
that
I'm
just
afraid
shows my
of.
viewpoint again. Anyway, is that there's another version of Umarak in here where he's like has a skull aesthetic.
Yeah, we don't know. Also, the Skull villains come back. Yay!
Yeah, I figured
Yes.
they would.
I
because
It's
of
was,
the app.
awesome.
yeah, we can
And
clearly
the Skull
see some of
Spider-
the skull
Hey,
spiders in there.
The Skull Spiders come back too. And that's so cool. It's like they have a rogues gallery.
Okay, so in conclusion, I am hoping for a more in-depth story. Like I said, that's just me, and I don't particularly
think
care
that
for the less
with the-
in-depth stories.
New stuff. I think there's definitely going to be an in-depth story, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm hoping
there's
for.
there's of course
I'm
going
not.
to be one.
I'm not making very specific requests for the show. I'm not asking for
Now-
particularly something from the show because I don't want to be disappointed. I know that sounds horrible, but it's true. I don't want to be
Yeah.
disappointed with this. I want
Speaking of
very
disappointed,
much
I
to be
am
happy
slightly
with this.
disappointed. Each episode is only 22 minutes, so it's basically
Yeah.
it's not a show, it's a movie.
Pretty much. But, like, sure.
it's a 4-part movie.
Stop
I mean-
complaining, G1ers. We get a movie.
I personally still would like to have it like get the same love Ninjago and Chima and even Nexo
Well,
Well,
Knights
look at
have
it this way.
gotten
If
its
it's
own show.
get
better
a
than Mask of
movie.
Light, I'm happy.
Oh, it does
We
look
don't know
better.
that yet.
The animation quality does actually look better than Mask of Light.
Well, for its time. Mask of Light was pretty good for the time.
Yeah, okay, tell that to Jowler,
The
who just...
animation.
Tell that to Jowler, who had his hand phase through a surfboard.
Well, the Star Wars prequels had Anakin's head phased through a door.
Really? Did that happen?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
on Geonosis.
Hey, Leena, he was one with the door.
So it was a very common thing back then.
Eh,
Wait, I do like the
One
animation
point, there's
style.
lava
I
falling off
think.
of nowhere.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested in the cell shading.
We
and being
really
sort
have
of
seen
painted
so
looking
little of
backward.
these. You know, honestly, if I would have seen these without knowing that it was a Netflix show, I would have almost assumed it was a video game from the style.
Yeah, I agree with
nah.
that.
I don't really see it.
I
The
saw it
animations
pretty
are a
quickly.
little too fluid for it to be a video game like that. Nah. And they're a
Well,
little
no,
too
not like more like
stylized.
video game cutscenes. I mean,
There was a scene in Onua's video where he was sitting down and there was a very large screen. He was a small figure and it looked very much like a scene in a computer or video game.
Oh, was it, okay, and
When he
then
was
there's a
sitting down
one
with
where
his
he's
creature-
doing like the
creature.
Darth Vader no pose.
Well, he was
Let me-
sitting down to do that, but he was on one side of a big chasm and his creature was on the other side, and together they were using their elemental power to create a bridge or something between them.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Does that mean the creatures can use elemental powers?
Well, they
I
use
think
the
so
am
because
creature
it's the
intrigued.
embodiment of the elemental energy.
Color me impressed.
Claim the masks and
With
creatures
some
that save
dark
the world.
azure. My favorite color.
So,
Okay, then.
all in all, I'm looking forward to the series. I'm honestly not sure it's going to be released in February at this point because we've already gotten Netflix February scheduled to include literally everything coming and leaving to Netflix, and Bionicle's not on it.
Actually, something interesting. Lego on their Facebook page is, I think, releasing one video a day.
Yeah, they're releasing like one a day, so I
Do you
have
know
a
what I think
feeling
of
like
that?
maybe
Maybe it's a
they're doing like
countdown.
one video a day to count down to when it's
Yes,
released.
that's. I was talking
Uh-huh.
to my brother earlier, and he pointed that out. And he said, "I think that this is a countdown to
Could
when
be,
they release
but...
it."
Speaking of,
It's possible,
that's
I
something I
don't
wanted to
know
mention
for
real quick
certain,
before we end
but-
the episode, which we don't have time for email today. So sorry guys, Leo's not here anyways.
Uh,
There was no month of water, was there?
Either it was June or July, or it didn't.
I have a
happen.
feeling it was supposed to be July, but they
You
didn't
coulda
really do
told
that
us.
because it was too
And in
late.
and in Golly's picture, there were no pictures of the other toe in the background. So.
Oh
I'm
yeah, we
kinda
didn't get like the water
eh.
picture. Lego, do some better job at marketing. Because
Are
that
you
was
kidding? Their marketing is amazing.
the month of insert element here. It was terrible. It was inconsistent. Things didn't get uploaded on time, and
It
like I
was
said,
kind of,
water's
to
missing.
me, it kind of felt like an offshoot just to get popularity back because there was nothing going on in the community at that point.
Well, still, it could have been handled better, and I
Hmm.
don't think it wasn't handled properly.
It was a test, as far as I know.
Okay.
It was a test.
So, any last thoughts about what we talked about today before we end?
Oh man. Well, let me just say, the Netflix series does look promising. If you're gonna get the sets, wait until March. Maybe some of the quality issues will be remedied by then.
At least there weren't lime green droids.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank goodness.
Aren't there ones in Umarak?
No lime
Nah.
green.
That's all
Besides,
It's
lime green is fine
transparent.
these days.
transparent green. Oh, by the way, and if I were to how about if we recommend sets? Like
Okay, I'd recommend,
Recommend,
Liwa
two.
or Pohatu.
two. Okay, two.
like some
I recommend Umarak and Tahu. No. Umarak and Onua, actually. They're my two favorites. They're amazing.
What about you, Klenda?
I'm definitely going to recommend Umarak. I definitely want to recommend Tahu. I'm not usually a because he's the red one sort of person, but he really does have a great build.
He's not really the red one this time, anyways.
He is, and he's got like all of
Three red pieces tops.
3 red pieces on it, and 2 of those are covered
Leena,
up.
what 2 would you recommend? Leena?
Oh, right. You were talking to me. I would recommend Liwa because
You're not
his
allowed to
color scheme
give
is
the
just-
reason for that.
stop. His color scheme is great. His mask is okay. His weapons, yes. And
His foot gets stuck in a bear trap.
can I suggest a creature as well?
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you can any
Okay.
set.
I'd say Uxar, who's his own creature, because his wings just are so beautiful. I mean, yes.
Actually, we had one piece missing on that, so we had
Oh,
to
man.
substitute the piece for his wing.
Quality issues.
No, go get a new piece from
No.
Lego. That's what I did. Don't
This is
Well, there was one-
ridiculous. The quality issues.
No, it wasn't the wing itself. It was like a connected piece for it.
Either way, you shouldn't
Oh,
get cheated out
that's
of a
even
piece.
worse.
Yeah, it was. It was incredibly frustrating. Either that or one of my younger siblings, while I was in the middle of constructing and had to leave, one of my younger siblings knocked it over and tried to pick up the pieces, but it was in the big area of Legos, so he just scooped up a big bunch of random Lego pieces.
Oh.
He found all of one correct piece. And I had to go and dive for the rest of them.
Okay, that's gonna do it for us today.
Okay.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast with your friends, your pets, say other people in the community, your enemies, everyone.
And flower pot.
Spread
You
the
should
word
share
about
this
the
with
podcast.
Hugh. No,
Share
don't
this with
actually.
your local
Should we
Makuta
actually
artist
share
here.
this with Hugh?
Huh?
Should we share this with Hugh?
Oh, sure. I'd love to share this with you.
We should totally share this. We could share this with you, too.
Like I said, I don't say anything here that I don't want to be heard. So,
Okay, then.
Next episode, look forward to us discussing the pictures we've gotten from what was the-
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg Toy Fair.
Ziggurat.
And New York Toy Fair is coming up pretty soon, so we'll get even more in depth. So look forward to summer wave discussion then. Probably some more winter wave
York.
discussions, more Journey to One discussion. I'm sure news of that is coming.
I hope it's
And
out by the time.
we do have an announcement to make next week, barring anything changes, which I don't think it is.
Okay. Also,
Okay,
don't forget
so-
to email us. Don't forget to
yeah,
email
we already
us
plugged that
at,
forward, remember?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you plugged at the beginning, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, well, why don't we plug it at the end too?
Fine, plug it.
Don't forget to email us at bioniclecomedicentral@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us up to 3 questions. You can do 1 to 3. They could be about us. They could be about anything, really.
Email us as many
They could
times
be
as
like
you
our
want to.
favorite food or something. So yeah, email us and make it have an interesting title. One that will most definitely be picked.
So for Ford, Klenda, Leena, and myself, LQ, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yay!